Just wait, right? We're connected. We are live. So we're going out live to YouTube and to our Facebook group. So we say, Georgina oh, I need to say Georgina Partner. Palmer, welcome. Welcome to
Thank
Coffee
you.
and
Thank
you
you for
are.
having me.
No, it's absolutely awesome to have you on. Thank you for making time. We do appreciate it. And because we know when you're a committed powerlifter, time is a ridiculously valuable asset because,
It
if,
is.
yeah, if we'd be in the gym as much as we can or eating, which is my favorite part of training. So, so could
I
you
get
give it, yeah,
that.
could you give us a little bit of a background as to who you are?
Okay, so in 2019,
Mm?
I one of my good friends said to me, "Oh, I think you should do powerlifting." I was like, "No, I'm not sure about that." I did a couple of PT sessions,
Right,
and the my PT then was a coach for another girl that had gone through to Team GB and was very successful. And he was
right,
like, "I'm going to get you on the platform." And I was like, "No, I'm still not sure about that.
right.
I'm still not sure about that." Roll forward 4 months, and I did my first ever powerlifting comp and qualified for the nationals straight away.
Sure.
So
In
it
your
was
first
incredible.
comp.
Yeah, in my
Well,
first comp.
well then,
So
we have to do this. That's absolutely fantastic.
So yeah, so I did that, and then it was incredible. That first comp was
Mm.
unbelievable. I was nervous. I always remember being in the changing rooms, putting on that so lovely singlet, and everyone,
Yeah.
it's not lovely. And everyone looking, and these words have stuck in my head
Mm.
forever because one girl went, "These are just not sexy," and another girl turned around and went, "You don't do powerlifting to look sexy, you do it to look strong."
Yep,
And I was like,
absolutely.
"Yeah,
Oh, I love
that's
that. I love that.
that's
Yeah,
right."
no, because if the singlet wasn't enough, they make you strap on a belt and,
Yes,
and push everything up and
exactly.
down. And then if that's not enough, they make you put on knee sleeves. Where,
Yep.
yep. So yeah,
So you're looking like a sausage before you know it.
yeah, absolutely. Oh, I love it. So how did the competition go?
It was it was nerve-wracking. I'm not I'd be lying if I didn't
Mm.
say that I wasn't extremely nervous, didn't know what I was doing, just, totally out of my comfort zone. It's not something that I wanted to put myself in for. But the support that I got from everybody there was incredible.
Right.
Absolutely incredible. And I say that to a lot of girls that come up to me now and say, "Oh, what about going on the platform? In front of all these people?" And I go, "You zone out of it,
Yeah.
but you still hear all the support. You don't notice people looking at you or anything like that. You just hear the support." And you can't put anything on that because it's an
Yeah.
incredible experience. It
It's such
really
a
is.
absolutely, and it's such a valid point because you want to be polite and thank the referees after your final deadlift, and so you don't even know they're there, and
No,
you
and
tend to
I've
forget.
literally just passed my referee exam a few months ago, and
Hold on. Well,
now
excuse me.
I know.
Brilliant,
So I'm expecting everyone to shake my hand at the end of it. That's for
ladies and
sure.
gentlemen. We hope you're listening. So
Yes, but it won't be next week.
yeah, absolutely. No,
But
it's
yeah,
like either shake the hand or the hand stays up on bench. Those are the rules.
yeah, yeah. You don't want that to happen.
Nope, not at all. So, with the nerves at the first comp, sort of, and what got you through that? Because I think it's such a valuable piece of insight coming from you for the newer lifters. Those who are terrified, because I think a lot of people are so terrified they'll make up other excuses in order
Yeah,
not to compete for the first time. So they'll say things like, I'll compete when I win. I'll compete when I hit these numbers."
yeah.
But it really comes down to just being terrified and not knowing what to
It
do. So,
is. and I think it's a case of not knowing what to expect. It's not knowing what the refs are going to be like, what people are going to be like.
Hmm.
You're totally out of your comfort zone. You can go in the gym and you can do your squat, you can do your bench, you can do your deadlift, and you can get these amazing numbers. But you've got somebody or three people there checking that you're doing it right,
Yeah.
and that can be daunting in itself. And what's the most nerve wracking, I'd say, is that first squat. After that, doesn't matter. Because
Mm,
once you
mm,
get that first squat in and you've done that and you've experienced everything, I think your nerves just go and you just go into the zone. But I think equally for me, I just concentrated on why I was doing it. And I never do any of my comps to win. I do
right.
my comps for the battle with myself to do it. Now, in August, I
Sure.
did my first European bench comp in Istanbul, and the
Mm,
nerves got the better of me that day. I was so nervous. Literally, my first bench, I was shaking all the way down, and
sure.
then it was hard. But I've worked with some good sports psychologists, and we've got breathing controlled and things like that to get it.
Hmm.
So I'm not nervous next week. But you just have to remember what you're doing it for, and remember it's for you. You'll be
Hmm.
fine.
But
Everyone is so supportive.
yes, the support in the sport is unbelievable. You know, those that you're competing against are the ones cheering the loudest for you.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
some of the wonderful comment that we had here, again, I can't think who it was, said, you know, it's you and the audience versus the weight. And I think that's such a
Yeah.
great analogy. But I think, you know, when you talk about you competing against yourself, when you value yourself, that conversation that's going on in the head where you're proving things to yourself, you're either listening to
Yeah.
yourself, ignoring yourself. It would make any bar shake, and because it's like
Yes.
that amount of self awareness is incredibly valuable.
Yeah, and it's extreme. It's so daunting walking out on that
Mm.
platform. If anybody is it like me, the first time I walked out, I was like, "Am I going to fall over? Am I going to hit the floor? Am I going to?" You're almost thinking every possibility, anything
Yep.
that's going to go wrong is going to happen in those 10 steps I take to get to the platform. I can guarantee it. But actually, it doesn't. And if it
Yeah.
does, everyone laughs about it, picks you up, and you get on with it.
Yep.
There is nothing, no one is judging you or
Yeah.
anything. It's You
Absolutely.
have to do it to understand that
Mhm.
people aren't judging you. I can say to people, I promise you, they're looking at you lifting, they're looking at you in awe of you of what you're doing and everything.
Mm.
But no one will believe that until they've actually done it.
Yeah. That's you got to get up there to understand that you're an inspiration to everybody in the audience.
Yeah. And I
Be,
think
mm,
that's the nerves soon go.
yeah.
And
Well, one
nerves
of
is a good thing. You want it.
yeah, you want that adrenaline. You know, you want that little fight or flight. I I had a wonderful powerlifting coach, or have Rodney Anthony. When I started lifting, I started with Rodney, and a lot of the South African coaches have come through his training school as athletes, and then they went on to open their own gyms. And he was quite famous for sleeping at competitions when he was an athlete. So
Wow.
I tried
I
this.
don't know about sleeping.
Yeah, no, no. He would literally doze off, and you'd have to wake him up. It's like you're up in two, you know. And I
So
did,
chilled.
yeah, so chilled. I did try that, and I did actually fall. But it was too much work to wake up again. I'm not like a good. I need 15, 20 minutes to be energized and fired up. So, the guys are coming up very relaxed. But the point that you make about you won't know until you do it, and I think it's never as bad
It's
as
not.
what you imagined. Yeah.
It's never. If any, it's not
Mm,
bad at all.
mm,
That first comp, even the first international
mm,
comp that I did this year, yes, it was nerve-wracking and it was another level, but it wasn't as bad as I'd got into my head that it was
mhm.
going to be at all.
Oh,
At
for
all. And
sure.
I think you just got to do it.
Yep, you have to get it done. So I want to chat about your powerlifting journey from that competition to now. But
Yep.
before we do, one of the my favorite pictures from your Instagram is that piece of watermelon.
Thank you. That was just after Istanbul.
Yeah. So the reason it's my favorite of all of the picks is because it made me think, I cannot wait for you to try the fruit here because it's
Oh,
going to
really?
be epic. And it's just,
I can't wait.
our fruit is phenomenal. So there has to be another pick by the pool
I'll do
with the
it in
watermelon.
Sun City. Yeah,
Yep.
there will be, I promise you.
Okay, good. And after the comp, we'll chat again, and then I'd like a review of
Watermelon.
who's got better watermelon. I think this is what people really
They will
want to
do.
know. Yeah,
It is, of course it is.
absolutely. The watermelon's phenomenal. Our fruit is brilliant. I've been telling all of the athletes and the coaches on the series of conversations that you have to give yourself an extra 30 minutes for breakfast because the
Okay,
food is amazing. It's not like the cheeses, the meats, the eggs, the vegetables, the fruit, and then queuing to get your favorite omelet made. Exactly, and they're making it fresh in front of you, or how you want your eggs. The coffee is fantastic. The baristas are amazing. If you bring your big travel mug with you, they'll fill it up so you can take coffee with you back down to the venue.
perfect.
And it's just but usually what might happen, the coffee's so good, if you walk back to the venue, you might drink it by the time you get there, and then you come back up. So it's really fantastic.
Possibly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so good, and you're sitting out in this beautiful open air restaurant. The roof, you're under a covered roof, but you're in the gardens, and the view is magnificent. You got the view of the valley, and it's really a very special place to have breakfast. So just give yourself extra time having brekkie.
We will
All
do.
right, good. So
We
now,
will, definitely.
so from your first comp till now, what's the journey? How was that for you?
Well, the journey was obviously COVID hit
Mm,
later on in 2019. So basically, my powerlifting journey and
mm,
gym and everything like that stopped. And I dabbled in some strongman, strong woman comps in 2022, but I was still drawn back to powerlifting.
hmm.
So in January 23, I started back again.
Right.
Did a few comps, went and did the nationals in Belfast, and then obviously this year I've done quite a few comps this year, quite a few.
Sure.
Came third in the British this year,
Hmm.
so I'm very pleased with that. Fourth
Sure.
in the European bench. So yeah, I'm
Hey, well,
doing good. Yay,
you
we're
know what we
getting
have
there.
to do? Phenomenal. That's
We're
awesome.
getting there. I'm probably never going to be the first or second, but I'm happy with my journey. I'm happy just
Mm,
battling my weight, the figures that I want to do, the
yeah.
numbers I want to hit. So,
Ju-
that's hit.
That's and also remember the higher up the podium you have to go, that's cardio.
Yes, I know. And I don't do cardio.
No, no cardio. So
No cardio.
yeah, you could win if you wanted, but it's limitation of the
Yes,
cardio.
yeah, no,
The other athletes
no,
should know that. Yeah.
no, definitely
Right.
not. I don't want to do
Yeah.
too many steps.
Yeah, no, no. The next minute, then your Apple Watch is reading higher, and then you have to lift
Yep,
the standard up. No, it's not a good
it's not
idea.
good.
Yeah. So for me, let's primarily, I just like to hang out with the other athletes on the platform and don't even get to the podium. Its steps.
It's
Yeah,
good. It's nice up there. It's
yeah.
nice. It's
It's
nice
not bad at all. Yep.
just
And
hanging out with people. It's always
yeah,
good.
it's so much fun. And for me, I love because I've got two favorite positions working as a ref. So either it's doing the announcing or it's TC. And for me, TC is the favorite. And I think it's such a special time from the last deadlift to everyone getting their kit on and getting ready and
Yeah.
running around and talking. And it's like herding cats basically. being a TC and getting everyone out there and then marching them out to the national anthems. It's an absolute blast. It's a lot of fun. So, what are your expectations for Sun City? Can we talk about anything? I don't want to get into trouble with any of the coaches.
Oh no, I
Mm,
don't think you've got anything to worry about with me.
mm, okay.
I'll be honest.
Uh,
um, no, I'm going in there with to fight a demon of 75 kilo bench, which I didn't get
mm-hmm.
in Istanbul. So I'm
Okay.
hoping to get that. And anything over that is an absolute bonus. And you'll probably hear me screaming wherever you are in Sun City.
Excellent.
You'll hear me.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
So,
Listen, that's quite a big claim because the venue's at the bottom of all of the hotels. So I'm looking forward to that. When are you
yep,
lifting?
Friday morning.
Okay, that Friday the 4th.
Fourth? Yes.
Okay, brilliant. So we're
Yes.
looking forward to hearing that scream. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, you'll hear it. Definitely.
Phenomenal. And then what else are you looking forward to about Sun City? Are you going to do any game drives, the water park, hang out,
Yeah, I know
help with the team?
my
Mm,
husband's playing golf, so
okay.
he's looking forward to that.
But
I'm looking forward to the
hold on,
spa.
what? One round or two rounds? Because we got two magnificent courses there.
Well, he's got into one. We're trying
Mm,
to get him a tea time for the other one.
right.
So he's
So,
on the Gary Player one,
yeah, okay, cool.
which he's
So,
very excited about.
absolutely. So, there was I've played the Gary Player once, and it was back in my drinking days, so it was with a bit of a hangover. It wasn't good, and
Oh,
it's the you do it. It's the first round or first day after the $1 million, so you have to play off the championship tee boxes, and I think my caddy's still looking for my balls, and that was about 20 years ago. Horrible. It's such a blast. Yeah, but just saying lots of sunscreen and lots of water because it
yes.
gets warm out there. It is a very special place to be. I'm going to give a call out to my mate Rory Garton. So he was a golf pro. He's involved in cycling now. But come on, Rory, if we know anyone at the Lost City, reach out. Let's get this man a tea time. We need this. So let's see what we can
Yes,
do
we do. We
at the
do.
Lost
He
City
needs a
course. Yeah,
tea time.
yeah. So see,
And
we'll
I
see
need
what we
one
can.
for his sanity, for my sanity. He needs
Yes,
a tea time.
tea time. Okay, because the more tea times he gets, the more time you get at the spas.
Yes, exactly. Relaxing.
Okay, perfect. It makes perfect sense. We'll see what we can do. All right, we got to have a little bit
Perfect.
of power on this podcast, a little bit of
Yes,
pull, for sure.
please do.
So, why should someone get involved in the sport of powerlifting?
Um, I think about this a lot and also get asked it quite a lot
Mm,
because particularly in my local gym, people have asked me about powerlifting. I I find it an incredible supportive
mm-hmm,
sport, and you just meet the most incredible people, and you see people, you talk to them, you're then next minute you're following them on Instagram, they're chatting to you when they see a good lift, they're encouraging you even when you're not in a comp.
mm,
It's incredible, and I think mentally, for mental health, I feel so much better when I've gone and done my training and then I'm competing and things like that. Mentally,
mm-hmm.
it's probably the best thing you can do. And it's good for
Absolutely.
you when you get to an
Yeah.
age, I'm 50 next year, you know, they say you better when you're stronger. So, I'll just keep going. So, it's
100%.
good for you.
And I think it's something that I thought was really cool, but I think as powerlifting progresses, you know, you got junior, sub junior, junior, and then the terror of going to opens. But then when you hit
Yep,
masters, the numbers start to come down for your qualifying
exactly.
criteria. It's absolutely wonderful. It's not-
Like mine dropped quite a lot
yeah,
next
yeah,
year, like by 50 kilos. I'm like, yeah, I can
yeah.
do that
No,
in my sleep.
yeah, the most fun thing I've ever done is going to master two. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But equally, also looking at all the sub juniors and the
Mm,
juniors and the opens now, it's incredible what some of
yeah.
these young these young people are lifting. And I wish that I had started it earlier on. I only started this when I was 44,
Hmm.
so really quite late on. And all these girls and these boys that are doing it from like 16, 17, it's incredible what they're doing
Yep.
now. Incredible. In years to come, what we'll be watching them do in competitions is going to be
Mind blowing.
amazing.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
there's two young South African lifters. I'm just thinking in particular, Justin Furman and also Majan de Vet. I'm sure you'll meet them in South Africa. So Majan's dad run and mom run barbell bullies. It's a gym here, and she was lifting on the platform, doing demo lifting with broomsticks, starting like she was 4 or 5 years old, 6 years old, and then starting to lift, just with the bar. And I remember her, I think it was 25 kilos that she did. They found some 5 kilo rubber plates. I stand on correction, but like, and how the crowd went nuts for her. And these are kids that have grown up on the platform. The same with Justin. He grew up in the gym. He grew up.
amazing.
It's such a special thing, and it's such a gift to give the youth because it teaches you delayed gratification. It teaches you that everything you do in your life affects the quality of your life, from your
Yes.
sleep, your nutrition, or everything, your social environment.
Discipline, a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
When you start competing, it certainly is, huge discipline, not just training,
Hmm.
it's what you eat,
Yeah.
sleeping, how you behave as well. You have to behave in a certain way, you have to be
Hmm.
polite and things like that, which I think nowadays manners might not really be on the top of some of the kids of today. So it
Hmm.
teaches you all of this
Yeah.
in a way, and also you're doing something incredible.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything better. I love it. And I
It's
will
yeah.
I've got 2 of my friends competing in their first comp the week I come back from Sun City,
Yay.
and I can't
Awesome.
wait.
Oh,
I
that's
can't wait
brilliant.
to see them
That.
I can't wait to see. I mean, I may have bullied them into it, and they may,
So
but I can't,
uh,
I'm sure they'll enjoy it.
did they give you some of this?
Yes,
Good. That's awesome.
and
So,
probably will do on the day.
are you coaching them and handling them, or are you just there for support?
I'm gonna handle them. I haven't been coaching them. That is
Okay.
way above my pay grade,
Mm,
coaching, but I have handled and given advice of what I can do. So
okay.
yes, I will be
Fantastic.
there on the day.
Awesome. And right with them. So you're handling them, in other words, so they can't run out of the venue.
Exactly. That's the only reason I'm doing it.
Yeah.
They'll be
Okay.
on like toddler straps.
Yep. Yeah. The dog leash where you pull it and it zips
Yes.
back.
Nope, you're not
Perfect.
leaving.
Yeah, yeah, no, I mean that'll work for the squat and the deadlift. You just have to maybe reverse it for the bench, so then it's facing
Yes,
front.
yeah.
Something that'll make more sense. Um, do you want to mention? Can you mention their names just to give them a shout out and say hello?
I can. It's Billy and
Mm,
Mel.
okay, so
Billy
maybe what
and Mel.
Billy and Mel, what I would like to propose, if they're up for it, I would really love to get the three of you on the podcast after Sun City. And we can chat after their comp
Perfect.
and they
Yeah.
can chat about that. So I'm going to leave that to you because, I mean, if you can
Yes.
bully them into a comp, you can get them on the podcast. That's easy enough.
I will get them on the podcast, don't you worry.
Excellent. I'm proper chuffed. So I just also wanted to go back to the point you mentioned about manners and with the younger generation, maybe not having manners of the standard that we grew up with and we understood. And I think
Yeah.
also, sorry, I mean, I'm much older than you, so like I had it more. The growing up with children are to be seen and not heard, and all of these things that were
Yeah.
quite challenging. But manners are so important, and I think what powerlifting also teaches you is that you're part of a wonderful community, but you have a responsibility to that community. So when you're saying it teaches you how to behave, it teaches you how to be part of a team. Maybe you want to go lie by the pool at Sun City, but your team needs you. So you sacrifice that to help
Yeah.
someone else achieve their goal. And,
And to
and
support
that's,
them.
yeah, that the value
And
of
I think it's
supporting
respect.
someone. Yes.
It's
Yeah.
just having respect for the nature of the sport and for everybody else. Because if you take a step back and look at it and go, actually, everyone else is done what I've done. Nobody's
Mm.
different. We've all had to train hard. We've all had to watch what we eat. We've all had to, experience the nerves or things like that. So you can take a step back and look at it and go, yeah, they're in the same boat. We're all in the same boat, and with the more of us are in the boat, it'll be a lot nicer.
Yeah, that's it. The boat is nicer with the more of us in it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Sure. Any sort of
we'll go further.
you will go much, much further. Yeah, we go further with a fuller boat. Sorry, excuse me a sec. Coffee here. Bloody ridiculous. Um, are you going to be doing any traveling around South Africa, or is it just Sun
Yep, we
City?
no, we fly into Johannesburg Sunday morning.
Hmm.
We're going to do a safari for a couple of days, and we get to Sun City. Then we are going to drive down to Cape Town, stopping on the way, and spend another week driving down to then get
Oh,
a flight back
brilliant.
up again.
Also,
So yes,
are you,
I'm really looking forward to it.
are you doing the garden route?
Yes, yes, we
Okay,
are.
Addo Elephant Park and those type of locations as well.
Yes,
All right, I'm going to
yeah,
have
no,
to go
I
through
can't
my
wait.
files to look up the best restaurants on the way. So, well, not really.
Please do.
Yeah. No, so we'll actually, I'm going to get some of the garden route tourism guys on the podcast as well, trying to create a little bit of interest. But there was a venue, and I'll chat to you about it at Sun City. The best lemon meringue cake I've had, because when I travel, I like to look for cakes. There's a place in Mossel Bay, I think it's called the Blue Shed. Great coffee, outstanding chocolate cake. So
Okay.
these are the things that we need to
Yes, we
focus
do.
on.
I need to know this because by then I can
Mm.
eat what I want.
Yeah, yeah. If you're stopping off in Neisner at the waterfront in Neisner, some really good fish restaurants, great sushi, and proper good fish and chips. Like just with
It's not proper.
yeah.
It's not proper. British.
Okay, all right. Well, then I would like your view on that as well when we chat again, because
We will.
yeah, light, fluffy, and really good. Okay, so really good fish and chips, and you may
Yep.
even get mushy peas. So
Oh,
you
good.
know, yep. And then there's some fantastic restaurants in Cape Town as well. If you like seafood, I don't know if you like sushi. Willoughby's in the waterfront is a place you have to go. And I think I'm going to phone up all of these guys and see they've got to send a couple of ads. We'll put it up on the podcast,
Yeah,
on the stream.
definitely.
All right, fantastic. Um, then with Cape Town, I think have we got Masters next year or the year after? Masters, I think is in Cape Town. We got a comp in Cape Town next year. Just trying to think what
Oh,
it is.
good.
Yeah, so I'll find out and let you know about that as well. Is there anything that you would like to sort of share or talk about with regards to the sport or yourself?
I think s- d- I am very passionate, probably like
Hmm.
most of the people that you've had on here, because I kind of think if you're competing at this level, or even if you're just competing,
Mm.
doing competitions, you are passionate about it. But I do
Sorry,
want to
why?
say that,
No, you cannot put on a singlet if you're not passionate.
well,
So,
yeah, yeah, that's true. You can't put on a singlet. You have to just suck that up.
yep,
I
exactly. Yeah.
still wonder why I still wonder why in this day and age we haven't changed it, but never mind. It's one
I
of those
believe,
things.
yeah, I believe it's so that you cannot hide supportive tape. That's my
Yes,
theory. So
yeah,
to
I
whoever
think, and
invented
you
supported
can't
tape,
hide
thank you.
anything.
No,
There's nothing.
you can't hide your
But
breakfast. You know, it's,
no, you can't hide nothing. It's horrific. I would just say anybody
Mm,
that wants to do it to just go on Facebook, look at all
mm,
the powerlifting pages there are. Because I have noticed that definitely since when I started in 2019, it wasn't really
mm,
talked about. It may be because I wasn't quite passionate about it and didn't research much about it.
mm.
But there is a lot of information out there if you are interested in starting and doing it. that that you can just pick it up and do it. You don't have to do comps. You
Yeah.
don't. But I feel
Well,
you need to do a comp and
yeah,
experience it
initially you don't have to do comps, but let's be honest,
initially.
you
Yeah,
really should do
initially you
comps.
don't,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Everybody
you should
deserves
do
to
comps.
experience I think
Yeah.
that's it. Everybody deserves to experience a powerlifting competition and to be made
Yes, they need to
to
do it.
feel that special.
And
Yeah,
you do feel special. I reckon that every single person that lifts feels special,
yeah.
for that moment that they're lifting. For sure, and even afterwards,
Mm.
people will come up to you and comment about how good your lift was, and even when they know if I remember my first comp and people coming up to me afterwards going, "Well done on your first comp, you did amazing," people do, and you don't even
Yeah.
know these people. I'm like, "Who are you?" And they're just like, "Oh, I was watching you, your squat was amazing." "Oh, okay,
Mm.
thanks." You
Yeah.
just don't know,
Yeah.
and
It's
people are just, supportive.
that, that's what sort of I really love about the sport, and I think something that social media has done as well is give people exposure to lifting and the live streaming and seeing how people perform. Where someone you don't even know comes up to you a year or two later, the way that you fought that deadlift or that bench was absolutely incredible. And I'm chatting to a young athlete, Simone, after this, a young South African. She's junior or sub junior, and or sub junior. It's been a long day, and just as when I was chatting to her, I just said like, she missed her one squat at Asia Pacific Africa champs, but I said to her like, you fought so hard for that squat that you nearly gave me, the announcer, and Heather, who was on the computer, a heart attack because we were screaming so hard and the audience was screaming so hard.
Yeah.
And I think the only other sport really, I suppose, maybe Olympic weightlifting, or you could have an aspect of boxing with that. But with golf, you can talk to another golfer about a hole at a course that he played 20 years ago and you played, 5 years ago. And that's the thing with powerlifting. We know what we've been through. It's like the way you ground out that squat or that bench was absolutely incredible.
And I think that's what it is. I would say to anybody, you have to give it a go.
Mm.
You just have to. Just get on that platform, put your big singlet on, and nail it.
Put your big girl singlet on.
Yeah,
And yeah, Georg- Georgina,
and
I
nail
must
it.
say, yeah, and just get it done right. Georgina, I must say to you, it's really I've loved chatting to you, and I just want to say you are a wonderful ambassador for the sport, and we're very fortunate to have you involved in
Oh, thank
powerlifting.
you very much.
It's really wonderful, and it puts a big
Thank
smile on
you.
my
We're very
face.
fortunate to have you involved too.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just here to annoy people, so
And I'm sure my husband will be very grateful if you get him a tea time.
Yep, we're going to work on it. I'm really going to work on it. I'm going to be chatting to one of the Sun City guys in a few minutes. I'm going to say, listen, you got to pull some strings. Uh, I don't,
Please.
I don't think there's a problem with a five ball. I'm sure we can squeeze him in somewhere and get it done.
Yeah, I think so. For my own
Yeah.
sanity, please. I'm begging you, please.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you're committing to gold if we get him a tea time.
Yes, I am. I'm
Okay.
committing to gold if we get a tea time.
All
There
right.
we go.
Yeah, okay, cool. So for the whole team, they now want this gold, and we've got to get him a tea time.
Perfect.
You have a deal. Oh, awesome. Is there anyone else that you'd like to give a shout out to or say hi to?
I'd like to say hi to two people that have been very supportive of me. One is my coach, Charlotte McPherson, part
Mm-hmm.
of Unified. She has been incredible to me. And my other coach or PT that and also is a very good friend, Angus, at my local gym,
Mm-hmm.
who just supports me and does all my handouts and spots me and just cheers me on. So those two, and of course my husband, because
Yes.
he just follows me around, plays golf wherever we go. But and he cheers me and
Yeah.
says, "You can do that. You can do more
Oh.
than that."
Oh, I think we had a network cut out there. We have just lost Georgina. So, but what a wonder! Thank goodness she got those those two shout outs in. I'll just give it a few seconds just to see if we can get Georgina to rejoin so we can thank her. But wow, what a wonderful conversation, Georgina Palmer, and talking about the sport, the passion, the energy. I mean, it's palpable. Her love for it and the incredible value for oh, excuse me, anyone looking to participate in a sport that gives them a wonderful sense of community. And that's really powerlifting. That's our wonderful sport, the community, the connection, and all the health benefits that go with it. Stay with us, by the way. We have Simone up next. We did try and speak to her yesterday, and we had some network issues. So we're looking forward to chatting to her again. I think maybe her laptop or mobile may have gone flat. So we'll end it there. We were chatting to Georgina Palmer, coming out to South Africa for the upcoming Commonwealth Championships and World Masters Championships. And looking forward to meeting her in Sun City. We're going to work to get her hubby a tee off time. And so you've been watching Coffee and Conversations with Champions, the powerlifting edition for Emmett Media. I'm Nicholas Single, and we will be back with you in a few minutes with the awesome Simone. What a squat that was.